Senor Tyler, you should not be doing this. Dr. Steiner will be very upset.
Well, I really hate to upset Dr. Steiner, but he's the one who told me that my ankle was not broken.
That does not mean you are well enough to walk.
Look, why don't you be a good nurse and go find my clothes?
I'm sorry, I just cannot do that. Now, please, Senor Tyler, be grateful that helicopter spotted you, or else you could be lying in the snow. Now, just relax for your own sake.
Look, nurse, I have to get out of here soon. This person needs my help.
I am sure she will understand. It is a woman, no?
Yes, it is, and you're the one who doesn't understand. This woman does not realize that she is in great danger.
Why did it have to come to this? My angel? Why? It's starting to snow. Wells. Snow covers tracks. Here, Don. I'm okay. Right here. Honey, you went so fast. You shouldn't have gone so fast.
My head, baby.
Oh, you bumped it. Do you think you can walk? All right, wait, no, you just lie still, honey. I'm gonna carry you, okay? We'll get out of here. Okay, I'll take you to safety. Now, you just trust me. Okay? We'll get right out of here. You okay now? Okay? Let me get my glove on, dear. Just a second. It's getting cold. Come on. I want to catch my breath for a second.
Why did you force me to do this? Why couldn't you stop your questioning, your doubting? You brought this on yourself. Why? When everything could have been so perfect.
Well, I better get you safe. Okay. You go down, I'll find ski patrol.
Wake up, baby! God! My baby! My baby! God!
Well, that's the best I can do, Chief. I mean, so far, we've at least established that the blank cartridges that Gunther bought fit the same caliber gun that Gavin Wiley owned.
Yeah, but that in itself doesn't mean anything.
Well, it might, and then again, it might not. But the point is the blood bag, anyway. I don't think he bought it commercially. I'm sure he made it himself.
You went to see Gunther's ex-girlfriend, Roxanne, didn't you?
Yes, Miss Nora Fulton. You know, she really wants to be kept out of this. As a matter of fact, she made Damien promise that she would not be implicated publicly.
He's got no right to promise her anything.
Well, it was the only way he could get her to show him the letter from Gunther.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We're not getting very far with the hard facts, are we?
No, we're not. But that does not mean that the theory is not correct.
The theory may be right, but the case is a little iffy. Let's hope Tyler comes up with something concrete.
Yeah, say amen to that.
Not just a 2-week vacation in the Alps.
Vacation in the Alps. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, could I use one of those. I guess you could too, huh?
Oh, yeah, that reminds me, by the way, I may be taking a week or so off.
What? Do I hear you correctly?
Well, even I've got a right to some vacation time, you know, especially if it's going to be my honeymoon.
Honeymoon? Are you kidding? You getting married?
I'm getting married in about a week or so.
Well, how do you like that?
I like it very much. Get married to Jinx. You can dispense with the wedding gift. I got everything I need.
On my salary, don't worry.
Yes, Helen. Put him on. It's Tyler from Switzerland. Go ahead, Tyler. What do you got?
Chief, you're not going to believe this, but I sustained a ski injury.
Great. Just what this investigation needs.
It's not as bad as it sounds, neither the injury nor the investigation. Chief, I think we can put the noose around Whitney's neck.
Well, come on. What have you got?
I think I can prove that Sky Whitney not only murdered Gunther Wagner, but he also murdered Bobby Gerard.
Tyler, look, hold on. I'm going to put you on the conference phone. Go ahead.
Just seemed too damn convenient to me for Bobby to be murdered when she was looking for evidence against Sky.
Damien, this is Stoner. I'm in on this, too.
Calvin, so the chief couldn't keep away from...
Yeah, look, forget that. What have you got on Bobby, and how do you connect Whitney?
I've got a...
Shoe, Calvin. At least I think I can prove that Bobby Gerard's missing shoe was found under Sky Whitney's front seat in his automobile.
Tyler, if you got that, you just paid for this whole trip.
Oh, I've got it all right, Chief. The only thing I don't have is Sky Whitney himself.
Well, have you at least seen him yet?
Oh, I managed to find them all right. And believe me, Whitney was not very excited to see me.
As a matter of fact, I think the skier who pushed me off a trail today was Whitney himself.
Tyler, do you know where he is right now?
Well, no, not exactly. But after what I learned today, Chief, I don't think we'll have any trouble at all bringing Whitney back home.
Not at all. You know, you can start putting together a guest list.
Well, I have so few friends here and no family at all.
But you have family out of town, don't you?
Just my father.
I think he would appreciate receiving an invitation to the wedding, don't you?
I'm sure he'd never show up, Nancy.
Hi, Jacob.
Hello
Hi, Mrs. Carter.
there. Oh, you know, I tried to reach you earlier today, but there wasn't any answer.
Oh, well, I was with one of the executives of the bank. Would you believe that they're not thrilled with the idea of bankrolling a theatrical company?
Surprise, surprise.
Jim, I wanted to tell you that I won't be coming by your studio this evening to work on that television project because I have a business commitment tomorrow morning, and I have to be out of the house by 6 o'clock.
Oh, you have an early show?
No, not exactly.
Oh, I remember you told me you had a 3-hour train trip to the Redstone Penitentiary.
What are you going to do up there?
Well, I'm just... a story. It's my business.
Oh, there he is. Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
Hello.
Becky. Hi, Smiley.
Yeah, how'd you make out the bag, Jimmy?
I'll tell you at lunch.
Oh, okay.
Would you excuse me, ladies?
Sure.
Well, don't order anything expensive.
Uh-oh, I think we just got our answer, Smiley.
Didn't work, yeah? Don't worry, I got a big deal going right now.
What do you mean?
I think he means Johnny.
He was supposed to meet us here, isn't he? Where is he?
Johnny can't make it. He's otherwise engaged.
Come in.
Well, how are you feeling now?
Much better, thank you. I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
It's Mrs. Beatrice Revere. My friends call me Buffy.
Well, I guess you sure were a friend to me down there. Listen, I'm sorry for getting sick like that in the restaurant.
As long as you're feeling better.
Much better, thank you. You know, all I have to do when I get sick like this is just kind of lie down and it goes away.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I have a place for you to lie down. Mr.
John Gentry. My friends call me Johnny.
Well, you just stay here until you're completely better. Johnny. There's no hurry at all.
Well, that's about the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me.
Darling, we were put on this earth to be nice to each other.
Edge of Night has been brought to you in part by Arm & Hammer Pure Baking Soda. Freshens the fridge, freshens the freezer.
Oh, musty odors. We need Arm & Hammer Maximum Strength Carpet Deodorizer. More odor-destroying ingredient than these combined. And while those sit on top, Arm & Hammer Carpet Deodorizer penetrates, destroys deep down odors.
The whole room's fresh.
They work better, cost less.
You put the Arm & Hammer baking soda in the freezer.
It's not a mistake, Harry. One box to absorb freezer odors and a fresh box to absorb refrigerator odors.
Freshen the fridge and freezer with Arm & Hammer Pure Baking Soda.
Look at them potatoes.
Where are they going, Grandma?
Mommy, what's happening to the potatoes?
Introducing the chip that's eating all the potatoes. Pringles Ripple Potato Chips. Every can has more potatoes than before, and every chip rippled thick to bring out the extra hearty, extra delicious taste. So eat the chip that's eating all the potatoes. Pringles Ripple Potato Chips.
Bad checkup, Mom. You pray you never hear those words, but it could happen. 2 out of every 3 kids between the ages of 5 and 17 still get cavities. So don't push your luck. Make sure your family fights cavities with Crest. You see, dentists have seen clinical proof for years. More of them recommend Crest, and more dentists' families brush with Crest than any other fluoride toothpaste. After all, they want good checkups as much as you do. Crest, the dentist's choice for fighting cavities.
These are the amazing Lee press-on nails. They press on in seconds. No glue, no mess. Simply press on Lee Super Stick tabs. Then press on Lee press-on nails. That's all. Easy on, easy off. Use them again and again. They just won't break or split. Polish, and they're nearly impossible to chip. So press on Lee press-on nails. In natural and glamour lengths and a variety of sizes for a quick, easy fit. Press on.
Your friend in the dining room said something about a war injury.
He did?
Wasn't that the reason for your tummy ache?
Oh, yeah, sort of.
Well, I was wondering. I mean, you do seem a bit young to have been in any war that I can remember, and my dear, I can remember more than one.
Well, actually, I was in the Army a couple of years ago, and I got a bad case of food poisoning, and it comes up every now and then.
I see.
And my friend has a wild imagination.
Well, I like people with imagination. Well, unfortunately, I'll have to leave. I have a charity auction to attend this afternoon. I'd much rather not go. But as it happens, I'm the chair lady. Now, don't remember what I said. And please stay as long as you like.
Well, no, I wouldn't want to wear out my welcome here, Mrs. Revere.
Remember what I said about my friends?
And I guess you are my friend, Buffy.
By the way, seems to me that you'd be a great deal more comfortable if you got out of those clothes and into something, a pair of pajamas.
Pajamas?
Oh, my man Gregory can probably find you a pair that will fit.
Oh, I would like to, but I...
And, who knows? I might even be back before you leave. I'll look in on you. See that you're all right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
look at that view. Beg pardon, sir. Your pajamas. No. You'll take the large economy size. Not to worry, Mr. Gentry. We have that, too.
I call it seizing the opportunity. We struck out with Geraldine Saxon, but this new lady, that's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, we read about her in a magazine. She's been a widow for 5 years, and her husband, the dead one, was the biggest real estate guy in Monticello, Milo Revere.
The dead one. And this guy owned the Monticello Arms, and I think it's safe to assume that his lady now owns it.
And Johnny's lolling around in her penthouse now?
Yeah, I hope he's doing more than lolling around by now. Oh, you should have seen the way that widow eyeballed him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. And I don't like it.
Oh, lighten up, Jim. It's for the group.
You sure are an appreciative guy, huh?
Smiley, don't get me wrong. I appreciate everything you're trying to do for the studio. I mean, trying to get us a patron, all that's great, but the way you're going about it's unhealthy.
Yeah? Well, the healthiest noise in the world is the sound of wrestling money. If you guys want to get this acting thing going, what am I, nuts? I mean, I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to convince you guys.
You guys ready to order?
What?
Are you ready to order?
What?
Watch my lips. Are you ready to order?
You believe I'm falling in love with someone named Sydney?
Your friend here is quite a joker.
Yeah, he's quite a joker.
This electronic timer will show how fast you can relieve sore throat pain.
My sore throat feels very red and hot.
Will you try Chloraseptic?
Sure.
Now watch the timer.
Oh, that's nice. That works really good.
With doctor-recommended Chloraseptic, relief is just seconds away.
These are the amazing Lee press-on nails. They press on in seconds. No glue, no mess. Simply press on Lee Superstick tabs. Then press on Lee press-on nails. That's all. Easy on, easy off. Use them again and again. They just won't break or split. Polish, and they're nearly impossible to chip. So press on Lee press-on nails. In natural and glamour lengths and a variety of sizes for a quick, easy fit. Press on.
Preview in March. Volunteers. Tom Hanks is a wheeling-dealing opportunist who gets in a little trouble and lands in the Peace Corps.
So this is hell.
Adventure and bedlam awaits in the dangerous jungles of Thailand.
No turning back now, huh?
Also starring John Candy.
No, sirree.
Our enemies are all around us.
Volunteers.
We must always be on our guard. That will be a challenge.
I wonder if you know about one of the major growth stories of our time. Its growth rate, in fact, has exceeded that of the gross national product for the past 25 years. Unfortunately, it's a disease. A disease that is a major contributor to heart disease, kidney disease, and blindness. A disease that took the life of my wife, Mary. Diabetes. We've got to put it out of business.
I think you misunderstood me, Jinx. My advice to you was not to turn Derek down. It was to tell him the truth.
Well, I always tell him the truth. About whatever it is I choose to tell him.
Come on now, leaving things out is lying too. You know that.
Oh, look, all I know is that I said yes and we're getting married and I'm very, very happy.
Well, I'm glad about that, but how do you think Derek is going to feel when he learns?
Okay, I remember that argument. It was all terribly sensible. But most things that are sensible are terrible, don't you agree?
You're not giving Derek the right to make his own decision.
Please, let's just forget about that. I mean, we're getting married, and the reason I came over here was to ask if you and your wife would like to attend.
No. The reason you came over here was to get my reassurance that I wouldn't tell Derek the truth.
You're only half right.
What's the other half?
Your wife.
You want reassurances from both of us.
Yes, I know that you promised to keep it quiet, but it occurred to me that maybe sometime in the middle of the night you two would have a chat and... Oh, Miles, let me have this wedding, please. Just 1 or 2 or 3 months of being Mrs. Derek Mallory.
I wouldn't prevent that, Jinx.
I'll make him happy. I promise I will. No matter what time we have left, we'll have the most wonderful marriage anyone ever had.
I hope so.
Oh, don't you see, it's kinder to him this way. I mean, then he won't be counting the days off on the calendar. And then if he doesn't, then I won't. Don't you see? Oh, please tell me you understand, please.
Look, Inspector, I've only been in Switzerland for 2 days. I don't know the name of anything around here. I don't even know the name of this hospital I'm staying in. Look, all I can tell you is that they rented a little cabin about 2 or 3 miles outside the heart of the town, and their name is Whitney.
Whitney?
Now, I can't pinpoint it for you, but I'm sure the helicopter pilot that took me out there could tell you where it is. But the point is, they're not out there anymore. They're out on a ski trail someplace.
Do you know those people, Senor Tyler?
Inspector, will you hold on a minute, please? Did you ask me a question?
Yes, the Whitney people. They are Americans too, no?
Yes, they are.
And, was he a good friend of yours?
Or family? Look, I don't have time for a chat. I happen to be talking to the police.
You see, there was an accident, a very bad accident. They are both here now.
Inspector, I'm going to have to call you back. I think I just found the people I'm looking for. Will you get me a robe, please?
Oh, no, that is
now,
not
will you give me a robe? Give me a truck.
Let's go.
An hour from now, there'll be 50,000 fans here, eating, drinking, cheering, and groaning. Some of those fans will leave here not feeling so well. Whether it's heartburn, upset stomach, even diarrhea, they can all take one remarkable medicine for relief. Pepto-Bismol. As it coats, Pepto-Bismol relieves what's wrong, relieves it, then leaves a protective coating behind. Pepto-Bismol. For most common stomach discomforts, the one that coats is the only one you need.
Oh, your 5-alarm chili's hot stuff.
Yeah, but how do we get rid of the grease? With a hose?
Looky, we use Dawn. Dawn scatters grease, clears it away like a house of fire, helps keep it away.
Ha! Look what I found in your boot.
Wash that? After all those greasy dishes?
Yep.
Looks as clean as the first.
You're learning, rookie.
And my hands don't feel greasy. So, what's on the menu for tomorrow night?
An old family recipe. Swedish meatball.
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest.
Wella Balsam, the original conditioner.
Nobody treats it quite the way you do.
A lot of conditioners have come and gone, but Wella Balsam remains because
nobody does it better.
Nobody gives you more beautifully conditioned hair, even at twice the price. In fact, a leading reporting publication, after carefully testing 47 top conditioners, selected Wella Balsam Regular Instant Conditioner first in providing the greatest degree of conditioning. Write to this address for 2 $1 store coupons towards your next purchase of Wella Balsam Conditioner and Wella Balsam Shampoo, because
nobody does it better.
Wella Balsam Conditioners and Shampoos. Nobody does it better.
Reed!
Oh, God, they killed Scott. He's dead.
I heard something about a gunshot, but how is that possible? What happened?
Somebody shot him.
Could you tell me where it was?
I don't know. We were skiing, and I fell down, and then he picked me up, and he was gonna carry me someplace so I could get better.
Go ahead, tell me the rest. Everything you can remember, please.
Somebody shot him.
Did you see who it was?
My baby, no. I looked up, and there was a person up there, and they had a black ski suit and a ski mask, and he was carrying a rifle, and they killed my baby. Why? Why?
I can't explain why, Raven. But I can explain something to you about Sky Whitney.
What?
We know everything about him now. We know the truth. The whole truth.
You know everything? Oh, God.
Experience an incredible advance in Gillette shaving smoothness. Atra Plus. The Plus is the white Lubra-Smooth strip that releases lubricants as you shave. You never felt anything smoother.
Atra Plus by Gillette, the essence of shaving.
You're watching the USA Network.
Are you sure you wouldn't care for anything, Mrs.
No,
Whitney?
thank you. Oh, she knows who I am. Everyone in the plane knows who I am.
Don't let it bother you.
It's gonna be worse when I go home. All the reporters.
Well, I think that should be the least of your worries.
I just don't know how I'm gonna face them because there's gonna be the police and then all the reporters, and I can just hear Geraldine saying, "I told you so."
Well, I don't know Mrs. Saxon very well, but she seems like a very compassionate woman.
I don't want compassion. I just want to be alone. I'm sorry. You've been very sweet to me. Thank you. Why did you come to Switzerland in the first place?
Find the truth.
Skylar is dead. Why can't you just leave him in peace?
Look, there are matters involved here that are far more important than the fact that you're going to have to face a scandal when you
Oh,
get back
what
home.
can be more important?
Well, to begin with, there's a matter of justice to be served. Gavin Wiley happens to be innocent.
I do not believe for a second that Gavin Wiley did not kill Gunther Wagner. And I certainly don't believe that stupid story about fake blood and fake bullets. It's all bizarre.
Look, your husband is a very unusual man who is also very secretive. I'm sorry, I know you don't want to hear about any of this. But he had good reason to be secretive.
Well, I know of none. We had a very, very special and a very trusting relationship. He told me everything.
I think you're wrong about that. I think he was very good at keeping some secrets. He made a few big mistakes, and I was lucky not to stumble across them.
What about me?
Well, you'll survive. You always do.
You just have everything all figured out in that brilliant mind of yours, don't you?
Not quite. I have a very strong feeling that you're keeping something from me.
I don't know anything about any of this.
Okay.
And I don't care what you or anybody else thinks. I am very, very proud to be Mrs. Skylar Whitney.
I'm hungry.
That's a good sign. It means you're thinking about yourself, the creature comforts. Now maybe you'll stop worrying about the future.
I can't think of anything on an empty stomach. Ah, here she is.
You? Wait, no.
I don't think that's right.
They are. They're both the same order.
Oh, my God. Then I was right the first time. You go. Mitzi, you're a wonder. That's what my mother always used to say. Gavin, can you talk and eat at the same time?
Well, it's not polite, but I will if you want me to.
Then you can tell me about these rumors I've been hearing.
What rumors?
Is it true you may not have to go on trial after all?
Mitzi, we don't know anything for sure. I mean, there are a lot of things that have to be cleared up, but, well, we should find out in a few days.
That's right. But for the first time in months, I'm feeling very hopeful.
Now that's more like it. Well, I know somebody who wants you to go free for a very special reason.
Who?
Jim Diedrichson. Gavin, he really wants you to direct his acting company.
Yes, he mentioned it. And, it's very nice. But I don't feel equipped to take on the job.
Come on, you can do it.
Well, Jody, there's a big difference between directing dancers and movement and directing actors and the spoken word.
Well, I don't know. I mean, theater is just telling a story, just like dance is. And I really think, you know, if you know your left from your right, yeah, and your upstage from your downstage, I don't think there's any problem. Besides, I mean, don't worry about it. I mean, if the play's successful, you get all the credit anyways.
And if it's a flop?
The actors always take the blame.
Mitzi, how come you know so much?
I read a lot.
Anyway, it's very nice of Jim to want to give me a chance. I may take him up on it, if everything works out the way we hope it does.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Look, I tried to call you at the Patch House, but you weren't at home, so I took a chance that you might be here.
Yeah, want something to eat?
Thank you. No, thanks.
You look like you're in a big hurry. What's the matter?
I got some news for you. And it's gonna shock you, so you better brace yourselves.
What is it?
Scott Whitney's dead.
Oh, my God.
I can't believe it. When did you find out?
Michael and I were leaving the house this morning, and he got a phone call.
How? How did it happen?
Well, the details are sketchy as yet, but all they know is that he was killed in San Moritz. A Raven is flying back to Monticello with Damien Tyler.
No, that can't be true. Damien's in the hospital. You sure he's the one who's with her?
That's the report.
Kelly, what happened? Was it a skiing accident?
I don't know, Jody. That's all the details that I know. It's very sketchy right now.
I know exactly what happened.
You do?
Yeah. Detective Tyler goes to Switzerland and confronts Skylar Whitney with the truth. Overwhelmed, Mr. Whitney confesses all of his evil deeds and commits suicide. He shot himself.
Oh, come on, Mitzi. You can't say that. You don't know that for sure.
Why? It's the only possible solution. It's the only way a scenario like this could end. The detective brings back the grieving widow to her home, her empty mansion. And Jody and Gavin are reunited forever. And Gavin can now direct Jim's acting company. Jim is gonna be so happy.
Well, whatever makes Jim happy.
Hello.
Hello. I wasn't expecting you this morning.
Well, I was just thinking about the pictures that you took over at the studio. Do you still have those proofs? I want to make some prints out of them.
Look in the file in the top drawer. But wait a minute, Jim. I made you a whole bunch of prints. Do you really need more?
Well, yeah, if publicity goes as well as we expect it to.
Jim Diedrichson, you're a big faker. You don't need any more pictures.
Yeah, we will eventually. But you're right. That's not what I came over for. I came over because I wanted to talk to you about something.
Other than photography.
Yes.
Fire away.
I want to tell you. Oh, we talked about at dinner last night about your doubts about me.
Hey. We settled that whole question.
Well, we have, but I don't know about Kelly. He's still intent on proving me to be a fake.
But I told you, I believe you. So don't worry about Kelly. He'll come around.
Well, he does have some good reasons to be suspicious. Well, look who I've been hanging around with. What kind of company I've been keeping.
Well, what's wrong with your company?
The Wilson brothers? I mean, that's kind of a weird pair.
Well, Hector's all right.
Hector's great.
Which leaves Smiley.
Yeah, I never met Smiley. I didn't know anything about him. Hector never told me he had a brother.
Well, don't you think that's significant? I mean, the fact that you never mentioned him?
I don't know. He is a pretty strange guy.
He's a little careless with the truth.
Well, that's just his daily game. I mean, it's like his fantasies run into his routine.
Do you want to know my opinion of him?
Yeah, I do.
There's something about him, Jim, and I don't know exactly what it is, but it's not all games. I'd be careful of him.
Well, I like the sound of that. It's like you're concerned about me.
You know I'm
concerned about you.
I'm concerned about you. I never want to hurt you.
Take a good look, Mrs. Carr. It must give you great pleasure to see things reversed. I'm the prisoner now. Only I don't have a husband to come to my rescue.
Say hello to the Celebrity Word Game with a phrase that pays. All-Star Blitz. Premiering Monday at 5:30.
Step into spring with the J.C. Penney White Shoe Sale. Get out of the winter blues and into sleek white shoes from Sutton Plaza, She-Bob's, and Ipanema. There are East Fifth dress sandals and slingbacks that will put you on the right track. The J.C. Penney White Shoe Sale. It'll put a little spring in your step.
Smarter than ever, J.C. Penney.
Will bitter feuding drive Joan Collins or John Forsythe off Dynasty? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
What's the story behind the cocaine arrest of Peter Sellers' daughter? This week's National Enquirer tells you. How can you forgive yourself when you feel guilty? How did Carol Baker survive on a deserted island?
It's in the Enquirer.
Can you break the walls between men and women? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
Like me.
Bad checkup, Mom. You pray you never hear those words. But it could happen. 2 out of every 3 kids between the ages of 5 and 17 still get cavities. So don't push your luck. Make sure your family fights cavities with Crest. You see, dentists have seen clinical proof for years. More of them recommend Crest. And more dentists' families brush with Crest than any other fluoride toothpaste. After all, they want good checkups as much as you do. Crest, the dentist's choice for fighting cavities.
These are the amazing Lee press-on nails. They press on in seconds. No glue, no mess. Simply press on Lee Super Stick tabs. Then press on Lee press-on nails. That's all. Easy on, easy off. Use them again and again. They just won't break or split. Polish, and they're nearly impossible to chip. So press on Lee press-on nails. In natural and glamour lengths and a variety of sizes for a quick, easy fit. Press on.
Mrs. Bryson, I was told that you were reluctant to see visitors. I'm glad you agreed to see me. There's not anyone who wants to see me, Mrs. Carr. And there's no one that I want to see. So, that leaves only the curious. No, I assure you, I'm not here out of curiosity.
Oh, I think you are.
You see, I think that's the whole purpose of your visit, to make sure that I'm suffering. Mrs. Bryson,
Well,
please.
you can be satisfied, Mrs. Carr.
I am. My life ended when I came in here. Now, that should be of some comfort to you. Well, now, if you think that, why did you agree to see me? Perversity. It's the only pleasure I get out of life.
Well, you are wrong. That's not why I'm here. I take no pleasure out of your suffering, even if you...
Even if.
I took pleasure out of yours.
You know, Mrs. Carr, this isn't going to matter to you either way, but now that you're here, I think I'll tell you the reason I was so unpleasant to you.
It wasn't because my husband fell in love with you. It was because he was never in love with me.
You see, he married me because I was necessary.
My family's money supported him, helped him to become what he always wanted to be, a celebrated surgeon. Oh, I wasn't stupid. I knew I was buying a husband, but I also thought that money could buy me love to go with the marriage.
It didn't, of course, so I
gave up finally. I
gave up on love. When you give up on love, Mrs. Carr, you learn to hate. I turned my hatred of Kenneth on you. Your husband did love you. Once. And you loved him. You still do, don't you? God, you are self-satisfied. And very clever. You know, the only way to hurt me is to tell me that. It's true. Mrs. Bryson, I came here to ask you for information about one of your husband's patients. A man named Jim Diedrichson.
Yes. Oh, of course. Tell them to come right in.
I'm sorry, Mr. Carr. I know we don't have an appointment. I know how busy you are, but
We just wanted to find out if what we heard was true. We were down at Sid's and Kelly came in.
That's
and
right.
said-
What you heard is true. I spoke to the Swiss police. They confirmed the bad news. Sky Whitney is dead.
Now what?
Well, there's some good news, too. Now, the case against Sky is stronger than ever.
If you're a woman, this material can make a difference in your life. A big difference. They call it dry weave, and it's the patented covering on Always Maxi Pads. Look, it's designed to give us a cleaner, drier kind of protection. Protection that simply didn't exist before. Why didn't they think of dry weave sooner?
Always, the touch of protection no other Maxi has. And now with Always new carry and dispose pouches, it's never been easier to take Always with you.
Does a mouthwash have to taste medicine-y to kill germs? We talked to a medicine-y mouthwash user.
It doesn't taste so good, but it kills the germs.
What if I told you Scope with T25 kills as many germs as your mouthwash?
I don't think it'll kill germs.
Clinical tests prove it does. Will you try Scope for a week?
Okay, I'll test it for a week. Scope kills the germs and it gives you a fresh breath. Clean, fresh. It's a good feeling. I'm going to switch to Scope.
Antiseptic Scope leaves your breath minty, not medicine-y.
The greatest sports entertainment spectacular of all time. It's WrestleMania 2, Monday night, April 7th. The Steel...
Sit down, please.
Thank you.
Gavin, now 2 murders are linked. Gunther's and Bobby Gerard's.
Does that mean Sky killed Bobby, too?
I always felt that Bobby's death couldn't have been coincidence.
It seems almost certain. You see, the police withheld a vital piece of evidence in Bobby's death.
Withheld it? Why?
Well, they sometimes withhold a piece of evidence, one missing detail that only the killer knows. It helps to avoid the cranks who like to confess to every crime. It helps to identify the true statement.
So what was the missing detail?
In this case, a missing shoe. Bobby's body was fully clothed except for the shoe. Despite an extensive search, it was never found. Now we know where it was. It was in the Whitney limousine.
God, that's awful. It's just what we all were afraid was going to happen.
There's little doubt about what happened to Bobby and why. He had to kill her because he had too much to lose by her disclosure.
But, Mike, now Sky's dead.
His death doesn't alter the facts, Gavin.
Well, what'll happen now?
Well, there's testimony to be taken from Raven, from Damian Tyler, from Spencer Varney. But the first thing I'm going to do is petition the court to drop all charges against Mr. Gavin Wiley.
Well, what I have to do now is decide what I'm going to do when I get home and have to face all those people.
Just take it easy. I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Will you help me? Nobody else will.
Of course, I'll help you any way I can. You know that.
Yeah, I know that.
Take my word for it.
and I don't think I'm ever gonna get over it.
Sky's death was a loss for me, too, in a way.
Oh, you two hated each other.
Possibly. But he was my last link to Jefferson Brown. Finding out whether Jefferson Brown was truly dead or alive. My last hope to exonerate my father.
I think I can help you.
What do you mean?
If you promise me that you'll take care of me when we go back to Monticello, because I don't want all those people asking me questions all day, okay? I'm gonna need some privacy. So if you promise me, I think I can help you.
Of course you have my promise. Tell me.
Jefferson Brown is dead.
You know that for a fact?
Yes. Yes, Jefferson Brown died in Switzerland.
I hope nothing goes wrong on this flight.
Why do you say that?
Well, maybe I'm just a little superstitious, but it's the first flight I've had that there's been 2 widows.
I'm the first to leave my bed. Gotta get 'em dressed and fed. Give 'em all a little peck and some Citrus Hill Select. And their day gets going and their juices get flowing with the day supply of vitamin C. When the juice is from the heart, it's a healthy way to start. Citrus Hill Select gets your juices flowing. Citrus Hill Select gets your juices flowing.
This electronic timer will show how fast Chloraseptic can relieve sore throat pain.
My throat's really red, I'm sure, and it has a raw feeling to it.
Will you try Chloraseptic?
Yes.
Now watch the timer.
Oh, it numbs it. It's fantastic. It's like somebody's coated it with a medication.
With doctor-recommended Chloraseptic, relief is just seconds away.
Tuesday, Timmy had a fever.
I didn't feel so good.
The doctor recommended children's Panadol.
Because I'm a children.
Children's Panadol, aspirin-free, alcohol-free, sugar-free, with the kind of relief pediatricians recommend.
I feel better now. See?
Now there's an antacid that's ideal for us women, new calcitrol. It not only neutralizes more acid than Malox Plus or regular Mylanta, it gives us even more calcium than Tums. New calcitrol. It's the ideal antacid for women.
There's so much great entertainment on the USA Network, you won't want to miss a minute of it. Take a good look at weekdays on USA. A laugh a minute on the USA Comedy Hour.
Hello, Albert.
The glow of romance on the USA Movie.
You're beautiful.
Sound advice on Alive and Well. And the winning way in the afternoons. Take a good look, America, at weekdays on USA. We're something to see.
Jim Diedrichson, do you remember that name? Yes, I remember Diedrichson.
Well, how specifically?
Well, when he came to the clinic at Lucerne, there were only 2 patients that Kenneth was treating. I remember one plastic surgery case was completed in a matter of weeks, but Diedrichson was a very complicated process.
Kenneth had to restructure his face entirely.
Did your husband ever talk to you about the man? No, not really.
Since he was at the clinic for such a long time, surely you must have learned some things about him.
Not much. Just that he was a veteran of Vietnam. Of course, there was one way in which he was different from the other patients. What was that?
He was never alone.
He was always with Kenneth's little daughter. Everywhere he went, Valerie tagged along. It was
the talk of the clinic.
Really?
Yes, I remember seeing them that summer
together, reading poetry together, whispering together, going off into the hills for picnics. Lord knows what went on there. Kenneth didn't approve of that, I can tell you that. And why not?
Because she made a fool of herself, that's why.
She fell in love with him, or what she thought was love. Can you imagine falling in love with a man whose face you'd never seen? His face was bandaged the entire time.
But that didn't seem to bother her. She just kept following him around. There were times I almost felt sorry for him.
Mrs. Bryson, did you see his face after the final surgery?
Briefly.
Well, what was it like then?
Well, his face was discolored and there were still surgical scars. It wasn't pretty.
But do you think that you would be able to remember his face if you saw it again?
Oh, I can't be certain. It's been a long time.
I realize that, but would you be so kind as to try? Does this face look familiar to you?
Well, I told you, I can't be certain. But there's one thing I do know.
What's that?
Even with the swelling down and the scars healed, this could not be possibly the man who came to the clinic.